somebody jumped behind the bar and started serving everybody drinks to keep things moving. I'm wondering if our next guest can recall who that person was. Do you remember who that was, Jim Kelly? That person?
No, probably Rich Eisen.
I think
no, but you know what, guys? I was so used to that growing up. And I shouldn't say growing up. Later on in life, when I was old enough to start drinking, I have 5 brothers, and you never served a drink quick enough for them. So, as a littler brother, the younger brother, I had to bartend a lot. So, I had fun doing it. But you know what? When I see all my friends getting frustrated and they're not getting their drinks and they haven't had one in 15 minutes, I have to come to the rescue. And I'm used to that from my days playing in our basement when I had parties after the game. I always was behind the bar helping out the bartenders we had there to make sure Bruce and Tasker and Kent and Will and Biscuit and all those guys had their drinks on time.
Right, and then Jim Kelly, who was the one who told the Pro Football Hall of Fame folks to get a specific spot for all the Hall of Famers during the ceremony to perhaps get a fresh one, get a cold one, to get through a very warm summer day and evening of speeches? Who was that individual?
Yeah, and they wind up calling that little locker room area after me, Kelly's Irish Pub, which is pretty cool. And that was because, if you remember, when we first started doing the stadium, when my group went in, that was the first time ever doing it from the stadium. Well, there was that little locker room area, and anybody came back there, they always had beer, but in order to get a beer, you had to sign the equipment manager's wall. And some guys didn't want to do it. I said, well, if you're not going to sign their wall for them, then you don't get a beer or a hot dog. And so I started making sure the guys would do that, and they did. But unfortunately now the stage is on a complete opposite side of where that little locker room bar area was. And but still, they find a way for the boys to have a cold one when it's like 95 degrees and 100% humidity.
Well, you are a people person, Jim Kelly. That is for damn sure. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm doing all right. I just hope the listeners out there can understand me. I still have no
every last
on
word.
My upper jaw. And I'm cancer-free, thank you, good Lord. I went in about 3 weeks early because I was having some major pain in my mouth, and I just wanted to make sure that the cancer did not come back, and thank God it did not. I just have some issues with pain that we were trying to figure out what it is. And but overall, I just thank the good Lord that I'm still around. I mean, I know that He still has plans for me to be able to go out there and continue to go across the country speaking to a bunch of different groups. And but right now, I'm blessed to be able to talk to you, Rick. I always enjoy being on with you. You're one of my favorites, and you're about as cool as they come.
Me, right back at you, Jim Kelly. Right back at you. Your speech was awesome. Your SB speech was great, Jim. It really, really was. I mean,
well, I appreciate that. It was probably one of the nervous times I had because here I had my wife trying to tell me what to say. I had, friends saying, hey, don't forget me. And, just more friends messing with me. And then them saying, you only got 3 or 4 minutes, but to be honest with you, take your time. Whatever you say, you say. And then all of a sudden, now my 2 daughters are walking up on stage with me. And they wanted, early on, they wanted me to have a speech written. I go, guys, I don't do well reading speeches. I go, I love to speak from the heart. And I'm just going to tell it like it is. And give me a couple footnotes, and I'll go from there. But I'm not into reading speeches. I'm into just speaking from my heart, and whatever comes out, comes out.
Hall of Famer Jim Kelly here. What did it mean to you to have Elway and Marino bring you up on stage, Jim?
That was awesome. I mean, we go way back, and as I said during my my speech, is all the good times that we had, each other's golf tournaments. I mean, they were priceless. To be honest with you, that was back in the day when we all had our own golf tour, from Bernie Kosar, Boomer Esiason, Jim Everett, Warren Moon, me, Marino, Elway, and we would go to each other's, and it was so much fun. And that's really where we got to know each other. And, of course, being the class of '83, the 3 of us, and all 3 of us in the Hall of Fame, and we battled on the football field, but once we left that football field, we were best of friends, and we still are. And it's just good to see those guys doing well, and your families are doing well. So all good, and it was an honor and a humbling, without doubt, a humbling experience to be able to receive the Jimmy B, knowing guys like Stuart Scott, received it in the past, and what Jimmy B has meant to this country, and how he has been able to make a difference. And I just hope that I can scratch the surface on what Jimmy B has done and continue to inspire others to never, ever give up, that we all go through tough times in our life. It's your attitude that you have, and keeping that attitude positive. And if there's people out there that you see are not doing well, man, what a smile will do for them. What a hug. How are you doing? How that changes their lives. And I've learned through personal experiences, of course, but I've also learned by seeing somebody, an elderly gentleman or a lady that just looks like they need somebody to say hi, to talk to, and I'm willing to do that. Right now it's a little harder for me because I really don't have teeth to be able to understand and take a lot of pictures, but that hopefully will become within the next month and a half. So I just keep plugging along, enjoying myself, and having my fun time with my family.
Yeah, that's so. Are you going to be able to make it to Canton next week? You going to be there?
I'm not. It all depends. I have an appearance in Cleveland. I have to go there, and it all depends how I feel. And the worst part about it, Rich, is when I go there, I have to do so much talking, and for me, that kills me. And I can't really take pictures because I can't smile. I would love to be there, but I don't want to go there if I'm not going to be feeling good, because that's probably the worst thing for me to do is go somewhere where I have to do a lot of talking. So I don't know yet. It's up in the air, 50-50, and I probably won't be until the last minute decision.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I don't want to keep you talking too long here, but I just love talking to you,
I'm back at you. I wish I could, go an hour with you, Rich, but unfortunately that just does not happen anymore. And I've been yelled at by my wife too many times that I need to slow down. And sometimes you can say no to people, and it's very hard for me to do that. But one person I could not say no to, and that was you, Rich. And get on for a few minutes and tell you that I know so many people that listen to you and just love hearing your thoughts about a lot of things going on, and I do too.
So then the last thing, I love you for saying that, but it's not about me. I just wanted to, because you're so inspirational. Every time we have you on as a guest, it's just, our Twitter feed and our responses just light up, certainly based on who you are and what you stand for. So then the last thing I will just ask you to do is, for those out there who are perhaps wondering about their futures, their health, their families, what advice do you give them, Jim Kelly?
I think more than anything that I've learned throughout the whole experience is always surround yourself with good, positive people with good attitudes. There's so many people out there that, they're walking into a room and they're crying or they have a frown on their face. And one of the things that my family and my friends always did, no matter how bad I was, when they walked into my room, they walked in with a smile on their face, and they wanted to make me feel better by their presence. And as I said in my speech before, it doesn't have to be a LeBron James. It doesn't have to be a Jim Kelly or a John Elway or, an Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that to be able to make a difference. There's so many people out there that, I said in my speech, it doesn't matter if it could be your mother, your father, your grandparents, or your sibling. It's not having a good day. And they don't have to have cancer. They can just be not feeling good. Man, go over and talk to them, say hello. You don't have to spend 20 minutes talking to people. You spend 2 minutes. But that 2 minutes you're spending with them can make their day so much better and make them think about continuing to push on and to get better and to never, ever give up. Because there's too many people I've met that they told me that they're can you send a note? Can you just, sign a picture, tell my mother and my brother not to ever give up? Because right now, they don't want to live anymore. And there's too many people out there that give up too easy. So just everybody out there, be a difference maker in somebody else's life.
Love you, Jim Kelly. I do hope to see you next week. And if not, then I know that I'll be seeing you shortly.
Sounds good, Rick. You take care. God bless. And we'll talk to you down the road, buddy.
You got it. That's none other than Jim Kelly, Hall of Famer, at Jim Kelly 1212.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.